today what I'm doing is working on my shelves for my built-in cabinets, and I've already constructed 3 of them and sanded them down really well. So the next thing that I have to do is just fill some of the gaps on the edges. So that is what I will be doing right now. And to do that, I'm going to be using Minwax Sustainable Wood Filler. And you have to be careful what kind you get, because some of them won't accept stain the same way that this will. So you'll see like kind of like discolored spots wherever your wood filler is. So thankfully this one is stainable, so when I stain everything it should match. But we'll see, because I've never actually used it before. So here we go. Hey guys, so I just finished using the wood filler on all of my shelves, and I just wanted to give you a little bit more information about this while my shelves are drying. So wood filler is actually pulverized wood byproducts that are suspended in a binder, and once that binder is exposed to air, it all dries really hard. So because it's actual wood particles that are in the binder, that's why it's able to soak up and retain stain just like regular wood. This kind of stuff is used for everything from like joints like this to like deeper holes and deeper like nail indentations, and basically a whole bunch of varieties of different applications. The wood putty is a different kind of substance that remains like almost pliable after it's dried, and it's only really used for kind of like shallow applications, like really shallow nail indentations and stuff like that. And it's also not able to retain the stain because it doesn't have the real wood in it like the wood filler does. So I am going to wait for this to dry for about 2 hours, and then I'm going to come back and sand all of my edges. And then I'm going to try some assembly, and hopefully after that we can stain and see how this wood filler worked. So join me for my next video, and thanks for watching this one. Hi guys! So today what I'm going to be trying to do is figure out a way to mount these shelves that I made on this cabinet that I made. I kind of wanted more storage, and there was a basically useless TV stand over there that I wasn't going to really use because I don't really watch TV. So I decided to turn this whole area into like a storage system. So I made this cabinet. Oops, sorry. I made this nice little cabinet. Not sure what kind of hardware I want to do on it yet, because it like seems to have warped a little on the edges. I'm not sure if I can fix that or if I should even bother. It kind of makes it so that I can open it from the corners. But so yeah, I made this. That has a big open space over there for a drawer entry that's on that side. And then I made these nice shelves, and they have this lip because anything on an RV, basically you have to make it so that stuff doesn't fall off and jiggle around. So I put a nice big lip on it, and that's made out of some really light wood, so hopefully it won't increase my weight too much. And then this is the other shelf that goes underneath it. I kind of made them in like a descending order, like bigger, medium, smaller, just for an interesting aesthetic. But yeah, they came out really nice. So I am just going to try to figure out the best way to kind of mount them up here. Because I don't want to drill into my walls too much because it's very thin. So hopefully I can figure out a way to drill into my cabinet and fix them that way. I've already got this support over here, so that should help hopefully. But I'm just going to kind of be experimenting for a while trying to figure this out. I just needed to take a milkshake break, but so far it's coming along pretty nicely. I've created some supports for the shelves, and I'll show you kind of what it's going to look like. This little guy's gonna go here because I'm gonna have another support beam coming down here, And I'll probably do another support up there. I have to make it so that everything stays together when the truck is moving because there's going to be so much vibration, so I kind of have to triple reinforce everything. So this is kind of what it's going to look like. So not too bad. It'll be good for all of my like smaller stuff that I can put up on the top shelves. And hopefully it'll look nice. But I'm going to keep moving on this. Hi guys, welcome back to Uncharted Destiny. Today's episode is going to be staining again because the stain that I had yesterday turned out to be a little bit too dark and it doesn't really match my flooring. So I went back to Home Depot, got a couple more stains to try out, and it turns out that nothing actually matches my flooring. So what I'm going to have to do is combine two stains to get a look that's a little bit closer to the Stafford oak flooring that I have. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So this was the first stain that I tried, and it's the Varnishing Ebony Color stain. And it looks a little better now than it did before because I actually combined it with one of my lighter stains. Let me show you what my flooring looks like. So this is the flooring that I have. And this is two stains combined, so it doesn't look too bad. Originally, ebony was really dark. You can kind of see from this piece of pine that I did with it how much darker it is. It looks almost black. But I got a couple more stains. This is the Varnishing Special Walnut, and that one's a little bit lighter, but it matches the lighter segments of the board. And then this is one that I got that's a little too light. It's the Varnishing Dark Walnut. You can see how much lighter that is than the flooring. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna combine the ebony color and the special walnut color to get something that's a little bit closer to the flooring that I have. So stay tuned and I'll give you guys a little bit of a time lapse of me staining with these two stains. Alright, I just finished staining, so I will let you guys check out what I've been doing for the past few hours. It's not the exact match to my floors, but it's definitely a lot closer than the stain that I had before, so hopefully it'll look pretty good. I'm gonna hop in my camper and finish staining the rest of the cabinet, and I hope you'll join me for probably the polyurethaning of this. It's gonna be a 3-step process, but thanks for joining me. Hi guys, welcome back. Today's project is going to be polyurethaning the shelves that I built, and I'm really happy with the way that the stain combination that I did turned out. It looks much closer to my flooring. So today what I'm going to be using is this Varnishing polyurethane, and supposedly you're supposed to paint it on or use a foam brush, which I'm going to try both because I've never really used the foam brushes, so I'm going to experiment with those. A synthetic bristle brush that's softer, and then you let it dry for 4 hours and recoat. You're supposed to do at least 3 coats for it to be protected properly, so we're gonna give that a try. But I'll give you guys a little bit of a time lapse. anywhere, and we'll be all set. Alright guys, my cabinet install is complete. You guys have joined me for the building phase, the planning phase, the staining, the varnishing, and finally the install phase. I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. Let me guys give you a look as if you haven't seen enough of it already, but this is the finished product here. It looks pretty nice and sleek, fits in perfectly, it's nice and sturdy. Has an awesome storage space in here, as well as a space in here that is accessible via a little drawer that goes on the outside here. But I am super happy with the way that it turned out, and it actually has an unintended design feature, as one of my friends referred to it, in that the hatch here was originally supposed to have some sort of hardware on top of it, but due to moisture, or just because the wood was a little bit warped to begin with, the corners of the hatch are actually bowed up a tiny bit. You can kind of see that. So I really don't have to put hardware on here if I don't want to, because it's super easy to just tuck my finger under and open it up. And it's actually going to make it easier for me to use it as a desk, which was kind of another purpose that I wanted to have for it. I think it's not too much heavier than the original TV stand that was here, because that was made out of like some thick MDF, and this is made out of thinner board. It's just as sturdy because of the way that I designed it, so hopefully it'll work out well for me. Thank you for joining me for this entire process, and I hope to see you again on the next video. Bye guys.
Mm-hmm.